Finally, somewhere nice. An oasis of horror in a desert of, well, also of horror.
Solsticer, aid me! Even here, the agents of the God King threaten my life. You killed the dreamers, didn't you? You lie. To me, guardians of dreams! Defend your princess against these vile intruders! Let their day descend into nightmare! You killed me! Hiding. Protecting my children. Protecting the House of Shadows were closing in. The God King. He offered me a way out. My children. They deserved the chance. Foolish. But no more foolish than doing nothing and waiting for the dagger fated to pierce my back. Death. Is this... Death? He will come for me. He will claim me. What is this? This... No. No. No!
I can see the consulate on the other side. We're almost out. Talk about a nightmare.
Then let 'em burn.
That makes two of us.
I didn't think it'd be possible to make it into the consulate, but you've proven me wrong. Void reverence, my gods, and I thought I'd seen it all. You'll put this to good use, I think. Thank you for your help, truly. I'm sorry we have to rely on an outsider, but I'm grateful for your help.
We have hope. It is more than I could have expected just hours ago.
Kin, I'm happy to report that the consulate no longer burns. Please, do accept my gratitude if you had a hand in this feat. I told you the paladins were useless. Was someone else that cleared out the consulate?
Praise be to Lucian, and to you. The living and dead both may rest, free of nightmare.
Wait until the House of Wars hears about this.
There are more of these nightmares across the city. It's a bloody disaster.
The consulate's little more than ashes. But at least the things that lurked within it have been destroyed.
Real antiques at realistic prices. Who cares to trade?
You need more than wits on these wilds. Is there more on your mind? cavalry.
I'll be Lucian, and you can be the icky Voidwoken.
But I don't want to be the Voidwoken. I'm always the Voidwoken.
Looks like it's heading to the river.
We shouldn't take the risk. We can be happy elsewhere. I know quality
That
when I see
music
it.
is quite soothing. You could almost think that all is well around here.
Antiquities!
All done then?
I've walked this earth, each vale and peak, from forests fair to cities bleak. And in each place I've come to find my surest friend is my own mind. From my home in Alaroth, I packed my life up.
A pleasant mansion, this. Though not quite as pleasant as the consulate that went up in flames. Retribution is in order. May I say you look fit to deliver it.
My wares are quite unique, I assure you. Anything close in resemblance was consumed by the flames at the consulate. Best to sell anything of value. The voice of the ancient empire must still be heard in arcs, and that will require gold.
Voidwoken. To see them is to scar one's soul. How your words darken the day. The mother of dragons, dead. Truly, this world is coming to an end.
The harbour is ruined. There's no getting food in. I wonder what dead Voidwoken tastes like. Probably chicken. I hate.
You've got some fight in ya.
You want supplies, you speak to my better half.
Get to it, or get... Now that you're all done, why don't you just skedaddle on out of here?
Roll up, don't be shy.
Summer's still good. What you looking for? Oh, yes. The town is all a twitter over your escapades at the gate. It's the perfect time to replace the hunting supplies you've lost, yes? May the land sustain you and the wild game feed you, friend.
I think you might be... Greetings. I trust that the item I gave you is having the desired effect. A beautiful piece, isn't it? Have you charged it yet? Nearly there, my darling. Greetings. I trust that the item I gave you is having the desired effect.
Fully charged, you say? That would mean that 5 souls have been... Actually, I'd rather not dwell on exactly how you charged the device. On to the next matter.
You'll need the Scroll of Atonement. It's locked in my desk on the 2nd floor. The password is Giora. When you have both the charged amulet and the scroll, go to the Path of Blood. On the left side of the chamber, on a pillar near Lucian's statue, you should see a hidden mechanism. It will clear the way. Good luck. You may need it.
Hopper's permission granted. You may pass, friend, and...
You have hampered me long enough. This place will be your tomb, the only one you shall enter.
I believe I've told you all that you required. Was there something else? All right. When you have both the charged amulet and the scroll, go to the Path of Blood. On the left side of the chamber, on a pillar near Lucian's statue, you should see a hidden mechanism. It will clear the way. Good luck. You may need it. I believe I've told you all that you required. Was there something else?
What? There must be some mistake. They're just toys now. They wouldn't hurt a fly, unless I wanted them to. I'll look into the matter. A misunderstanding, I'm sure.
Giant Slayer, may the land sustain you and the wild game feed you, friend.
Kin, they burn our flags and set our homes alight. Take comfort in knowing that you can find strength in the most delicate of elixirs. Do avail yourself of them. Do return, should you find it necessary.
Hunters, I've got the wares you
Potions
need.
and poultices.
Monster Slayer coming through. Move aside there.
All those broken arrows.
Probably flows straight into the river.
My big brother said a voidling will come and eat my shoes if I don't do his chores. I don't want a voidling to eat my shoes.
Our parents will be busy praying all day. We can stay out and play as long as we like.
Move along there, citizen.
Never saw you before, Lizard. Welcome to Arx. Care to see a trick? Well, it's not a very dramatic stunt, but kids like it and doesn't freak out their parents. But I presume you're after something a little more sensational, no? All set? My stuff will get you started, at least. Merchant Roz and his pals, their stock's exceptional. You might want to check his place out once that wedding's over and done. Most marvellous magic right at your fingertips.
This is a place for scholarly pursuits. You do not look the scholarly sort.
You've got a special something, dwarf.
This is so, and I respect your point. I don't expect one so heavily armoured to seek intellectual pursuits. While most in Arx lunge for each other's kneecaps, I see you seek a better way. Hardly. I cry for peace. They yearn for war. They stray from civilized thought, ignore the lessons and memories of the fallen. Strife does not unite us. It scatters us. I tell them, yet they do not hear. We are done here.
Magical supplies here.
I would speak with Sahela, my kin. Thank you.
Sabil, it gives me joy to see you. You continue to become the great scion. This is good, for we stand on the edge of the abyss. Are you prepared for the coming war? The mother is dead, and we are free of her terrible plan. The age of the mother is over. The shackles of the past are broken. We shall take our rightful place in the new world. War is coming. We shall harrow the earth with the blood of humans, lizards, and dwarves, and from it a new forest shall grow. It gives me joy to see you, Sabil.
Isn't it obvious? She's insane.
The elves suffer, but the elves still stand. You have not seen the end of us. The mother is dead and we are free. The war of the races approaches. The elves shall stand. You shall not see the end of us.
There's an air about this place. Something sinister just below the surface. I think she's a madwoman. She was there in Fort Joy, and she's here still in Arx. Yet what does she speak of after all she's been through? Nothing but death and domination. She has learned nothing, but I have. Live and let live, I say. Thus endeth the lesson.
Marvelous magic right at your fingertips.
Greetings, stranger. May the dawn greet you warmly, and the twilight guide you to peace.
Marvelous magic right at your fingertips. Right at your fingertips. Most marvelous magic right at your fingertips. Most marvelous magic right at your fingertips. Marvelous magic right at your fingertips.
I've little for sale beyond the very history of the elven people. I sell not just goods, but memories.
Right at your fingertips.
You have the trust of Lord Arhu. Show that you deserve it. Lucian's blessings to you, stranger. I am Sister Avony, the head priestess of the cathedral.
I pledge my life, oh Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my heart, oh Lucian. Please return.
Divine blessings upon you. We shall always be grateful. Lord Arhu is the keeper of the cathedral. His duties are select. Only he can approach the remains of the divine, for instance. Today! Another time, perhaps. Next week or next month? If you leave a name and address, I'll see what I can arrange. But today is Lucian's day, and Arhu must give counsel to the lost. He cannot be disturbed. Lord Arhu is deep in prayer and is unlikely to answer a knock at his door, no matter who knocks, or how hard. Very well. Here is the key to Lord Arhu's quarters. Lord Kem has posted a few guards by Arhu's door. Show them the key. They shouldn't bother you after that. Please do not betray my trust in you. Lord Arhu will be most upset if his privacy is disturbed. Divine. When the Voidwoken attacked, we hid pilgrims and priests alike in our quarters. All survived, I'm glad to say. But if Dallas had arrived during that time, no one would have seen her pass by. Yet without Lord Arhu's cooperation, she would have to pass the path of blood to gain access. And thus far, no one has survived the attempt.
What would Lucian think if he saw the Divine Order tearing itself apart?
I blame Damien for this. Lucian never should have taken him in.
I hear Justinia is gonna crush them dwarven rebels. About time, if you ask me.
I'm glad Lucian wasn't around to see his son murdered by sorcerers. Those fiends at Rivellon's shame.
I wish Eddard was here. It'd hearten him to see true faith in action. But instead, he's out in the hellhole that is Driftwood, protecting the unholy. It just isn't fair.
You have the trust of Lord Arhu. Show that you deserve it.
I came all this way to Arx to worship Lucian, and now I find that his own order have forgotten his teachings. This isn't right. I pledge my life.
We came all this way.
Please return.
I pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return. What? But we came all this way.
I pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return.
The Paladins were fools to rise up against the Magisters. Dallas will surely crush them.
I pledge Lucian would weep if he saw how his sacrifice was in vain. Maybe we don't deserve salvation.
Please return.
Lucian. He doomed us all when he adopted the baby Damien.
Lucian would have rid us of this Voidwoken scourge in a day, as easily as he slew the Demon of Lies.
I hope Lucian appears this year. My husband is very sick. I don't know if he'll live to see next year's festival. I pledge my
life, O Lucian.
Oh, Lucian.
Please return.
I'm no soldier. No, ma'am, not no more. I took off my uniform years ago.
But I still have nightmares of what we did to the elves. Maybe if I walk the path, maybe Lucian will grant me peace.
I pledge my life, oh Lucian. My life, return. I pledge my life. Please return. No, my heart. I pledge my heart, Lucian. Come back.
Dear Lucian, I pledge my brother's life. Please return.
Lucian spoke of absolution for all. I must...
I pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my soil to you, O Lucian. Please return. I pledge my sow to you, O Lucian. Please return. I pledge my sow to you.
Lucian. Lucian. Oh, my divine lord, please absolve me.
I pledge my life, oh Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my heart, oh Lucian.
Lucian wouldn't want a war with the ancient empire. He'd want us to concentrate on the Voidwalken threat.
Do you grieve also? My dearest brother Matrico died last year. I journeyed here to pray to Lucian to care for his spirit. May you feel solace here near the remains of the Divine. I know I feel closer to my brother here, where he died on the path of blood.
All these fools think of Lucian as some kind of savior. I want to know why he sacrifices my homeland.
Oh, Pilgrim.
May Lucian return.
I pledge my heart, oh Lucian. Please return.
May Lucian return.
May he return indeed. Maybe then we can stop praying and get back to our lives.
I pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my heart, oh Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my...
Amadia, mother of wizards. She's cute for a soul sucker. Duna, god of the dwarves. Did they really need such a big painting? Vroger of the orcs. The bloodthirsty degenerate. I wonder what happened to the orcish godwoken. Xantedza, goddess of imps, mirth, and laughter. Something tells me she's not laughing now. Zorelstissa. She taught us of the survival of the fittest. And so it came to pass. Tis and Delius, the elven cannibal. That should have been a hint. Rallic, a swindler and a brute.
I pledge my heart, O Lucian. Please return. I pledge my soul, O Lucian. Please return. I pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my heart, oh Lucian, please return. I pledge my soul, oh Lucian, please return.
I pledge my heart, O Lucian. Please return.
I doubt it. There's no one left who's free of sin.
Do you mind? I'm trying to write about Xantedza, the god of mirth and laughter, and you're blocking my damn light.
I pledge my heart, oh Lucian. Please return.
I'm trying to write about Zolstissa, the graceful warrior. Please, no more distractions.
I'm writing about Amadia, the mother of all magic. Truly fascinating.
I hope we did the right thing, overthrowing the Magisters.
Long of beard and short of stature. It's not the most original description of Duna. I hope you won't take offence.
Tircendelius might have known the poet, but it still seems strange to write about him on what used to be a tree.
I hope we did the right thing, overthrowing the Magisters.
Aye, sharp, Paladin. The Grandmaster's chamber must be protected.
No wonder the orcs vanished, considering how brutal their god Vrogit was. I'd disappear too if I was one of them. Still, his tale is my duty.
I'm wasted in this place.
I have the feeling no one's in control.
Aye, sharp, Paladin.
I've been tasked with writing about the deeds of Rallick, first of the 7. I'll wager my work will find more readers than the other 6 combined.
Lord Ahu is safe. Thank the gods.
Lord Ahu has returned. Some good news at last.
Aye, sharp, Paladin. The Grandmaster's chamber.
I wish I could be working that fancy wedding I keep hearing about. I'd earn more gold over there than serving up slop to priests here.
Should we see success on the path of blood today?
I doubt it. Take the path of blood, pilgrim. If you're pure of heart and soul, you might do well, unlike the others.
Shall you take the path of blood? I have little hope for a success this year. I wonder, shall we see success on the path of blood today?
Another victim. My victim.
I'm wasted.
Wonder, shall we see success on the path of blood today?
I doubt it. There's no one left who's free of sin.
Aye, sharp, Paladin. The Grandmaster's chamber must be protected.
I wonder, shall we see success on the path of blood today?
I doubt it. There's no one left who's free of sin.
Aye, sharp, Paladin. The Grandmaster's chamber must be protected.
I
hope we did the
shall we
right
see
thing,
success on the
overthrowing
path
the
of blood
Magisters.
today?
I doubt it. There's no one left who's free of sin.
I have the feeling no one's in control anymore.
Lord Ahu has returned. Thank the gods. Thank you. We owe you a great debt. You may proceed. Aye, sharp, Paladin. The Lord Ahu was... I haven't seen the likes of her the whole time I've been stationed here.
And I think it's fair to say I'd remember if I did.
I'm happy to see you too.
Hello? Hey, have you got my ball? Smelly person threw my ball away and I couldn't go fetch. Threw it off the balcony and I couldn't find it. But then Master Ahu came back. So that's nice. I love Master Ahu. Friend of Master's. Used to smell old. Now he smells rotten. And he's mean. Threw my ball away. Smelly man threw my ball away and now I'm sad. It's my ball, and I love my ball. Hello? Smelly man threw my ball away and now I'm sad. It's my ball, and I love my ball.
Aye, sharp, Paladin. The Grand Master's chamber must be protected.
I hope we did the right thing, overthrowing the Majesties.
Aye, sharp, Paladin. The Grand Master's chamber must be protected.
Godwoken, you return. Many obstacles lie between the path of blood and the resting place of the divine. I can only help with one, the Death Room. It is a room of many levers. 5 will lead you closer to your goal. The rest will lead you to your death. Each lever is named for a virtue of the divine. Find the levers whose initials spell the word power. Select these 5 and these alone.
Aye, sharp, Paladin. The Grand Master's chamber must be protected.
Put the amulet on and charge it up by consuming source. Once it's got 5 charges in it, it'll be ready to go. Bring the amulet and the scroll to the path of blood. By the statue of Lucian, there is a hidden mechanism. Set the fully charged amulet in the hidden receptacle, then read from the scroll.
Aye, sharp, Paladin.
My dear, we all have questions. Sometimes we may even get answers. In my time, I've worn many hats, many of them pointed. I've been a scholar, an engineer of sorts, a protector of towns and villages, a thief, a lover. For one particularly memorable period of time, I was a cat. Those were the days. But through it all, I've been what you might know as a wizard. All these long years I have worked to maintain balance in the world. Lately, that has seen me at the service of Lucian. But this is just one way to tell my tale. There are many versions of Ahu through the ages. My body, or bodies as it happens, age. But my spirit does not decay. Shall I go on? It may sound stupid, given the world in which we find ourselves, but I strive for balance, and a realm in which all creatures can feel safe and free of terror. Hence my alliance with Lucian. I have lowered my aspirations somewhat in recent centuries, I admit. Now I'd settle for the world staying out of the void. Amazing how your priorities change over time. I knew Lucian would defend Rivellon from oblivion. I thought he would be equal to the task and easily succeed. It seems I may have been wrong.
Paladin. The Grand Master's chamber must be protected.
Any fool can throw together a bloody stew.
A ball with teeth marks in it. Smells of dog.
Hello? Oh, fantastic! Yeah, but Master Ahu went away with the smelly man, and then he came back.
Eye sharp, Paladin. The Grand Master's chamber.
I pledge my life. Return. I want to see.
Oh, pilgrim, may Lucian return.
Say your prayers.
The Paladins and Magisters shame Lucian's memory. When he returns, he should punish them.
I entered the city just in time. Voidwoken attacked the harbor not long after I passed through.
I pledge my soul, O Lucian, please return.
They pledged their hearts, O Lucian, the lambs. Please return. They pledged their souls, O Lucian. Please return.
My friend died in Driftwood, killed by some foul sorcerer while doing his duty as a magister. I've come here to pray for his spirit.
Lucian slaying Damien. Ahu and Zandalor finding Lucian. The Great War. The ascension of Lucian. Lucian and Damien.
I wonder if someone will survive the Path of Blood this year.
I pledge my life.
This prayer is silly. My tongue is tired.
I'm going to say the prayer 1,000,000 times more than anyone else.
I pledge myself to you, O Lucian. Please. You're not Lucian. I pledge my soul to you.
Shh, I'm praying. Something's gonna happen.
I pledge my heart, O Lucian.
Dear Lucian,
My life,
I
Lucian.
pledge my brother's
I pledge
life.
my life.
Please return.
Greetings. Have you come to join us in the endless prayer, or do you wish to walk the path of blood? Lucian's day wouldn't be the same without the faithful gathering to petition for his return. The more voices that join our cry, the better. The signs suggest that if we pray hard enough, Lucian will return to save us. Every year, we gather to offer our prayers in his name. We stand united, hoping that he will favor us once more.
I do worry about her. I hope she's safe. I hope they're treating her well. How could this happen?
I pledge my heart, O Lucian, please return.
Please return.
I pledge my life, O Lucian.
I pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my life.
I pledge my heart, O Lucian.
I pledge my heart, O Lucian.
Please return.
I pledge my life, O Lucian.
Pledge my soul, O Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my heart.
I pledge my life.
I pledge my heart.
I pledge my heart, O Lucian, please return.
I pledge my soul, O Lucian. Please return.
I pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return.
Lucian's blessings to you. Lucian's blessings to all. Ah, the path of blood is a more advanced form of pilgrimage. I would not advise it unless you believe yourself to be free from sin. And trust me, none are free from sin. The path of blood ends in death for those who attempt it. Consider yourself warned. It was Lord Ahu's creation. He is the crypt's keeper, of course, and oversaw the construction himself. He couldn't have done it without the help of Sanders, though. Quite a talent for engineering, that one. Spends most of his time tinkering with toys nowadays. Such a pity. But that's the price you pay for genius, I suppose.
I pledge my life, O
Hey,
Lucian.
me first!
I pledge my soul. Pledge my life, O Lucian. Please return. I pledge my heart, O Lucian. Please return.
Pledge my soul, O Lucian. Please return.
Something closed the door. There, a switch.
There, a switch.
was sure I'd make it. What did I do wrong? Did I commit some sin without knowing? Did I sin by thinking I was pure? Blessed Divine, enlighten me!
There, a switch.
One little silver spoon, that's all I took from them. A family like that wouldn't even miss it. I didn't deserve to die because of it.
All those poor dead elves have haunted my dreams ever since the war. I thought I'd be forgiven. I thought I'd suffered enough. I was wrong.
How did this happen? I gave away a small fortune to the cathedral, and the schools, and the poor on the streets. I paid what was owed. I should be cleansed of my sins.
The whole affair with that girl happened decades ago. I've led a pious life ever since. Am I really to be judged for all time because of this one indiscretion?
Oh, Lucian, please return.
I can feel Lord Eredor's power surging through me. My fingertips are alive with fiery energy. Those eyes. Those eyes. But now I know what made them gleam so. Apotheosis. That was disgusting. Yet now I have that oily power within me. Worth it? Worth it.
Godwoken, how can I help?
You can put a price on the warriors I have for hire, but you can't put a price on the glory they'll win.
We were naive. We needed a Godwoken to ascend, and we assumed that a Godwoken would merit ascension. Our error cost us dear. Many died. But the mistake did not ascend. For that we can be grateful. It was a painful lesson on the dangers of the Godwoken. But if the mistake did not ascend, perhaps Divinity would indeed alight on the most deserving. I hope this is the case, eh, Godwoken? His was a terrible story that leaves few of us covered in glory. But the story at least is over. And yours goes on. For that, I'm grateful. I pray we do not make the same mistakes again. Godwoken, how can I help? Go with honor.
Like to take a look at what I've been working on? Go on. By all means.
No sign of Lucian's body. Has Dallas beaten us here?
There's an error.
Prisoners can't just vanish. Tell Lord Kem that we won't let this lie. 564 prisoners. 564! We can't let it lie. You saw this with your own eyes? I see it in you. You did. This is abhorrent. Outrageous. Evil. Dallas and her whites, they must be involved. This cruelty, this disregard for life's spark. It is the mark not just of the Black Ring, but of the Hammer. You've done the Paladins a great service. The better we understand the ways of the whites, the closer we come to ending their horrors.
Venture no farther. Only death lies beyond. Blood need not be spilled. Bones need not be broken. Preserve thyself and flee. To cross this threshold is to plunge into thy grave. Do not decide in haste. Very well. Embrace thy fate.
Charming.
Careful now. That's a trap. Look out! I see a trap nearby. Careful! I've spotted a trap.
I've spotted a trap.
Careful! I've spotted a trap. Another one? How many more could there be?
That lever did something. I could feel it.
Moving to a rapid descent cranial disruptor.
Another one? How many more could there be? It feels like that lever did something.
Moving to involuntary death assistant.
I'll yield to none.
Moving to Orpheus manipulator. Orpheus manipulator activated. Moving to hazardous concoction generator. Moving to noxious atmosphere enabler. Moving to orifice manipulator. Orifice manipulator activated.
Something happened, I think. It worked. I heard gears moving.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Moving to involuntary death assistant.
just keep coming. Look around. There's got to be a way to make them stop. Something's happening. That must have been the last lever.
Must be getting closer to Lucian's crypt.
You come here often. I don't know what you did, but you just released a source flood. I thought I'd come and see what all the fuss was about. Should have known you were getting yourself into trouble. Looks like the big moment has finally arrived. I will do everything I can to support you, Godwoken. I will pray for you. I think you'll need it. Don't underestimate the power of true prayer. This is a place of incredible power where a single prayer holds the weight of thousands. Your heart and soul will fill as quickly as they're drained. Come here often. I don't know what you did, but you just released a source flood. I thought I'd come and see what all the fuss was about. Should have known you were getting yourself into trouble. Looks like the big moment has finally arrived. I will do everything I can to support you, Godwoken. I will pray for you. I think you'll need it. You'd think, right? But no, this is your moment. Still, do not underestimate my presence. This is a place of incredible power where a single prayer holds the weight of thousands. So, I will pray for you. Your heart and soul will fill as quickly as they're drained. Consider it a taste of your divine future. The people will pray for you. In turn, they'll trust you to do right by them, as I'm trusting you to do now. Of course, it's up to you whether or not to listen. I know how I'd respond, but you do you. Looks like my investments paid off after all.
I need worship only one divine, and I believe she stands before me now.
You've shown me kindness in the face of my sins. My worship is the least I can offer.
I've always preferred to be the one reaping the attention. But you've turned the tables. I suppose it's only right, seeing as how a new divinity may stand before me.
Now go. Rivellon needs a new divine.
God-woken. Dallas told me about you. You must be as hard as diamonds, and twice as bright, to have come so far. Your divine welcomes you.
What a twist.
I underestimated you, Godwoken. You have proven to be a formidable foe. You have my respect.
Respect? Indeed.
Lucian, we should tell the Godwoken the truth.
Yes, I agree. It is time we dropped our masks.
I am eternal.
Aren't they just full of surprises?
Fear not, Godwoken. Dallas is on the side of all that is good. She is helping me rid Rivellon of the influence of the Source. Listen to her.
I shall tell you the tale as I told it to Lucian. Long ago, the scholar Fane discovered that the veil between the world and the void was made of Source. Our 7 lords desired this power.
Of course.
Silence, slave. Our king forbade the 7 to reach for this power, but they didn't listen. Instead, they rebelled and sent the king and his people into the void.
With the Source they stole from the Veil. The 7 created the races so they would have worshippers.
The 7 made a mistake. By taking its source, they tore a hole in the veil, and it is through this hole that the void finds its way into our world.
The 7's lust for power let in the void. Our goal is to close the hole they created, to restore the Source to the Veil. When we are done, there shall be no more Source in the world. Rivellon will be finally free from the gods that enslaved them.
My people cannot be allowed to return from the void. They are tarnished. They are void-woken. They can only bring chaos and death and... I was a child when the God King tore my family apart. I was purged of source and left to rot in a putrid tomb. A child. It was hell. A hell I suffered for the sins of my father. He was the one that betrayed the God King. He was the one that told the Seven the secrets of the Veil. The cruel joke of it all is that the same tomb that housed my tortured body is what sheltered me from the void. Few Eternals escaped that fate. Myself, my mother, and my father, the scholar Fane. But now I finally have revenge. Revenge on the Seven and the God King. Revenge for what they took from me. My life. My people. My mother. He never even looked for me. He never even looked for her!
Dallas, control yourself. Our purpose transcends your personal wounds.
Yes. You are right.
Dallas's reasons weren't mine to question. All that ever mattered to me was peace. Peace for Riverlong. Peace for me, whatever the means. And now, we are on the precipice. While Dallas sought the Aetheran, I started draining the gods of their source.
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
One more word from you, and I shall use the leash.
I had to hide from the gods. So I had the walls of this crypt equipped with tenebrium and protections put in place. It worked. Everyone, even the gods, thought me dead. As divine, I was created, empowered to stop the void. I was the avatar of the Seven, their strength and their weakness. My bond to them allowed me to drain them of their source.
Yes, in a sense. When the Death Fog was unleashed, many elves died. With fewer elves to worship him, Tias and Dilius weakened. This gave the God King his first real foothold back in the world. To strengthen himself, he sent his Voidwoken, the remnants of my people, to hunt down the sorcerers seeking to reclaim their source.
The Voidwoken. Disgusting things. They ravaged the land they touched and infected the air they breathed. They were also an incredible stroke of luck. You see, blaming the sorcerers for Voidwoken made them easier to capture.
The Aetheran now contains almost all of the source the Seven stole. Soon, we will be able to heal the Veil.
The void shall be banished, and I, Lucian the Divine, shall return from the dead. A false divine, of course. I shall have no power. But the world will not know this. I shall demand peace, and we shall have it.
The plan is almost complete.
We have made so many sacrifices, Godwoken. All of us. Of ourselves and those we love. One last sacrifice is required. For the future of Rivellon, you must surrender your source.
Decide. Be the true hero and give up your source, or be forced to submit. Like a coward. Like a slave.
There is no other way. The source of the world is required to close the veil. All of the source. We only lack yours.
As I say, one last sacrifice is required. Yours.
Alexander was godwoken. Once, years ago, I should have killed Damien, but instead took him as my son. Quite the mistake. Now, I was forced to kill Alexander, my blood. But once more, I could not.
The task fell to me.
And me.
We already had more than enough Godwoken.
Another sacrifice I was forced to make. Those beautiful people. I was as kind as I could be. I promise you that.
Good. You understand.
The world shall not know this. I shall return from the grave, a divine without power, yet all who desire power shall fear me. I shall carry the secret of my lack of divinity. Peace shall reign.
Then let us proceed. Show some responsibility. Surrender your source.
You'll be a hero. Everyone will know of the sacrifice you'll make. Your name will be synonymous with the survival of Rivellon.
Then let us proceed. Show some responsibility. Surrender your source.
You'll be a hero. Everyone will know of the sacrifice you'll make. Your name will be synonymous with the survival of Rivellon.
Don't let them do this to us. But our souls? There has to be another way.
No, never!
Then let us proceed. Show some responsibility. Surrender your source.
You'll be a hero. Everyone will know of the sacrifice you'll make. Your name will be synonymous with the survival of Rivellon.
Don't let them do this to us. But our souls? There has to be another way.
No, never!
I understand. Sacrifice takes courage, but I shall help you. Though it pains me, your sacrifice shall be made for you. Dallas.
I'm sorry. You've come such a long way, but there is too much at stake. This is the end.
I am Brachus Rex. I am the Source King. You shall not seal the veil, and I shall not be struck down. I call on the God King. Come, claim what is yours.
How? What? You are unleashed!
You left the leashing wand next to me, you stupid maggot. So accustomed had you become to me pretending to be your slave.
Kill him!
Do shut up, you tedious buffoon. And don't look so surprised. As if I would allow that bone-bag Dallas to enslave me. Me?
This is not the time for talk. Kill him, now!
Too late, you mouldering, blight-stained pigs. Grant me power, my ally. God King, I call on you.
The God King hears my call. He sends a companion worthy of my power. Come to your father. Come to the Source King.
time is done. But your source burns so bright I'm all but blinded by it. Be wise and true, Godwoken. I am no hero, but wisdom and truth. These are values I always believed in.
I have failed. The future of all that is rests on your shoulders.
Listen, this is it. Again. And I want you to know I'm not putting up a fight, not against you. My revels are now ended. Yours are about to begin. I've had my vengeance, my life and my liberty. You helped me win them back. And then, when you told me you loved me, all of me awoke. All I want now is for this to end. To be by your side when we wage the final battle. And long, long after. I know you do. And I love you too. Now kiss me.
This is it. I can hardly believe it. After everything we've been through, after everything we've seen, here we are. Here I am. And now that I see godhood before me, I know what I have to do. Chief, you need to ascend. There's no one I would trust with this responsibility but you. I know you'll do what needs to be done, what ought to be done. And I know you'll do it with style. They'll never know what hit them. Now go on, shoo. You've got business to attend to.
I was wrong. About power, I mean. I was always kidding myself that I could only help my people if I were free. Lead them by example, you know. Thing is, I can never be free. So I must choose the Dwarven people's liberty in exchange for my own. I know you'll have my back when I return to them, just like I've got yours.
So it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. A new divine rose, a true heir to the Seven, more powerful than ever, and united Rivellon in its battle against the Void. All across the realm, she was loved, worshipped, and adored. Humans, lizards, elves, and dwarves all rallied to her banner. The Great Allegiance stood once more, but the war continued. From the depths of the Void, the God King still sought to return. As for me, I was freed of the God King's terrible tyranny. I avoided an eternity of pain and suffering. Now I fight for the other side. Now I fight for the divine.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit. I'd say you owe me, but why state the obvious? Get an eyeful, Your Holiness. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some time. Look at you. Magnificent. Actually, I've never looked better, except for one small thing. We've come a long way together. I did my best by you all the way. I sacrificed much. But I'd give even more to see you become exactly what you've become. Soon, I'd like to have a little chat about something you can do for me. But I believe that can wait. Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same. Oh, I don't know. Around and about. Treat myself to some mead, a lover or 300. I'd say we've earned it. And when the time comes, I'll come find you, Your Holiness. Don't I know it? Let's hope it pays off. Actually, except we've come soon, but relax, enjoy. I certainly. Oh, I don't know. Around and about. Treat myself to some mead, a lover or 300. I'd say we've earned it. And when the time comes, I'll come find you, Your Holiness.
You escaped an abominable prison and confronted the king of all gods, only in turn to confront divinity itself. A rather poetic arc, don't you think? Not that your story is finished, of course. Your divinity shines upon all who walk Rivellon. And there will be those that escape to the shadows. You must be ready to face them, whenever they might emerge. Now that I am clear of mind and free of intruders, I'm wondering if it isn't time to share my learnings with the less enlightened. And to that end, I have a few ideas worth considering. Once I've come to a conclusion, I promise you'll be the first to know. Until we meet again.
You're the new Divine. That's so cool. What's it like? Neat! I'll be counting on you. There's also the matter of my payment for all the stuff I've done for you. That'll be... 1,300,000 dozen and 50 gold pieces. Now pay up. Oh yeah? What's that? You got it, but you better believe the bill for that will be a doozy.
I've never been fond of what the Divine stands for, but I must say, it's rather exciting to say I've been up close and personal with one. Who knows? A nice cottage someplace quiet for Mahalia and I. A roaring fire and a feather bed. Maybe. Maybe. But a girl needs some fun, doesn't she? Reform my ways. How adorable. No, I'm afraid I cannot escape who I am and what I've done. Oh, no matter. We'll always have our first kiss. I haven't been quite able to put it out of my mind. Just as I'm sure you won't be able to put me out of your mind.
Well, if it isn't the new Divine gracing me with her presence. How honored I am. That is the question, isn't it? How does one top the greatest feat of necromancy ever conceived? I might have the answer to that. Tell me, have you ever heard of Gustafsson? No, of course you wouldn't. It's a written language, unreadable to most, but myself naturally. It comes from a mysterious race from another world, beings that feed on minds. I intend to seek them out. This Gustafsson seems to guard portals to their realm, and once I've uncovered one, well, why settle for being the greatest mind in just one world when there's another for the taking?
Amazing I'm still here. That we're still here. That Lucian... Well, that relationship always was complicated, wasn't it? You're so much like him. My instincts tell me to kneel to the new Divine. I've done so before, after all. But I can't drive myself to do it again. A friend, yes. That I know how to be. Friends. I find a way to fit. I wasn't just content to lurk in Lucien's shadow. I was his shadow. Now I stand in the sun as my own man. I just don't know who that man is. And so I find out. My goal is to have a goal, if that makes sense at all. And if it doesn't, well, that's all I've got.
I know it's the same old sea breeze I've always smelled, but it's different now. I don't know how to explain. Maybe you do, O Divine One. And who'd have thought it? You're not the collared landlubber I first met, that's for sure. You belong to Rivellon now. That might be the most dramatic thing I've said in ages. That's what I should be asking you. I'll find ways to excite myself. Always do. First, I go back to the kingdom, see the Queen. There's a lot to do there. Damage that needs undone. Dwarves have lived in fear for far too long on the outside. And the inside. Something tells me it's all going to be okay. Here the wild beast just sails on the ocean. He's docked in the bay and coming your way. Off on the yawn, you hear the commotion. He's docked in the bay and coming your way. The cupboard can't hide you, nor can your berth. His daggers don't care about the gold that you're worth. He'll bury your bones neath a mountain of earth. He's docked in the bay and coming your way.
Oh my, you! Look who it is! Our brand new Lord and Saviour. So, what's your first order of business? End world hunger? Instigate world peace? Send all spiders back to hell where they belong? Big job. I'd offer to help, but I've got some business of my own to attend to. Get loot, play loot, get loot, get glad. So, Chief, I guess this is it, right? Don't speak too soon. You're a god now, after all. Soon enough, your brain will be full of all the fates of all the people in all the realm. Let me know if you see any falling boulders coming my way, though. Or goiters or something. See you around.
Darling, there you are. Come, let me take a look at you. Huh. I've never known a god before they became divine. I was curious if it would have changed you. Well, you certainly look the same. But there's something in the air around you. It vibrates ever so slightly. There's magic in it. Power. Don't you feel it? Maybe you should give it a bit of time. I imagine it takes almighty power a little while to settle in. That quite depends on you, I suppose. Is a deity permitted to mingle among us mortals? I certainly hope so. We love each other after all. Love conquers even divinity.
It gives me almost as much pleasure to speak to you as it does to be whole again. I will always be an ally to those that carry swords, to those whose blood is of the heroes of old, and so, as always, I am at the ready. Consider me to be a gift from Malady. My wood was splintered, but my spirit intact. It was a great feat, but given her skill, not a surprising one. I feel better than new.
War raged on. Arx remained the center of power as the races united behind the Divine. But the Voidwoken attacks continued as they did elsewhere. Arx would see many more long years of war. The ancient empire of lizards became one of the pillars of the new Divine Alliance. The Houses of War and of Shadows were particularly useful in the fight against the God King. The Empire used the war to expand its territory. Justinia returned to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven Kingdom fought for the Divine, and her loyalty was unquestionable. Many fine and courageous dwarves did their people great honor, in battle and in death. With Lucian gone, the elves reluctantly rejoined the Divine Alliance. Their place in the war on the Void would entirely depend on the integrity of the new Divine. And on the integrity of the elven Godwoken who did not ascend. And here and there, across the world, what was left of the Black Ring fought on. The island of Fort Joy remained a sorcerer's paradise, a place of exile for those whose sorcery threatened to bring in the void. For their well-being, its residents depended entirely on the benevolence of the new divine. Reaper's Coast struggled on. The farms and the fisheries fought to feed the people against the void-woken blight. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still. Driftwood teetered on the edge of starvation until the night the Voidwoken came from the sea. All were killed. This did, however, put an end to the famine. The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Arks battled on. Sir Gareth thanked the surviving Seekers for their service and gave them their freedom. Disillusioned with ongoing war, he set out alone to find a new purpose. He would never stop seeking. Young Han grew up a warrior and became one of the Alliance's greatest generals. But even he could not win the war. Almira and Mihaili settled in an abandoned homestead. The locals liked and respected Almira. She never wanted for help, and deals always fell to her favor. Outsiders were often suspicious, but no local would speak against her. With a new divine at the helm, Malady had a powerful ally, but she was in no hurry to call in her favor. After all, it might be the last thing she ever did. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again. Ahu the Wizard served the new divine with honor, wisdom, and an at times unnerving feline elegance. The undead priestess Gratiana remained in her sanctuary, happy to wait for the war to pass. She was troubled only by the silence of her goddess. Jehan the demon hunter never stopped hunting for demons. Sahala sought to strengthen the Elven alliance with the new divine. Her powers of sight proved useful in the ongoing war against the Void, but she could never be sure that the new divine trusted her. Tova, her mother, was Sahala's most trusted warrior. The Beast of the Sea returned to the Dwarven Kingdom to lead the dwarves in the fight against the Void. After a series of public blunders, Marcus eschewed political power and returned to the sea. The Beast and the Lady Vengeance sail on. Sabine wandered the world. She became a household name, famed the realm over as a traveling hero, celebrated wherever she went. Enjoying life to the fullest, she was truly and finally free. Lohse returned to her music and enjoyed a storied career as the Divine's premier musician. Dark moods would still overtake her, and she would spend long hours walking in the wilds. She always returned with a new song. And then there was you. For how much of this do you take credit or blame? And what kind of divine were you as the world battled on? Did you show mercy or strength? Did you sacrifice others as Lucian had done? Did you regret becoming divine? Should you have given your soul and sealed the veil? Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.
Come, let me take a look at you. I've never known a god before they became divine. I was curious if it would have changed you. Well, you certainly look the same. But there's something in the air around you. It vibrates ever so slightly. There's magic in it. Power. Don't you feel it? I bet you do. But maybe you should give it a bit of time. I imagine it takes almighty power a little while to settle in. That quite depends on you, I suppose. Is a deity permitted to mingle among us mortals? I certainly hope so. We love each other after all. Love conquers even divinity.